Good morning, guys. Cold, rainy day. Gage and I have traveled out to the country, back to the little park we were at with the Legend last week. And I didn't really get to test this field as much as I wanted with the Legend before my buddy Doug called and said, hey, come over to the farm and let's look for that ring. And that's how we ended up finishing that adventure. But today, Gage and I are going to concentrate on this little field here, turn of the century school. We found silver coins right back to the early 1900s. And there's an old, if you can see right there, there's an old cart path. And that is the original turn of the century road. And that would have came right up here to the school. Later on, before we leave, I want to take the Legend down there and swing for old coins and stuff. We did it one other time. It's really hard digging because it's like driveway and gravel and road. It's like right here, okay? Going into the schoolyard. We have not dug this section right here because it's very hard to dig, but there is old coins still here. So let's get the Legend out, see what we can find. Super wet out here today, so we're going to use the same settings. Park M3 Ferris mode. Let's just see what we can find. First hole. Hey, there's one I missed. Alrighty, first three holes. Not looking like treasure so far. You said there was treasure in the field still. You lied, mister. Apparently I did not dig any pull tab signals out of this field before in 60 hours because every signal I'm getting is low 30s and they're all pull tabs. Mr. Gage decided to be bad and chase a car down the road, so he is now waiting in the vehicle for me to finish. For shame, Mr. Gage. For shame. Okay, first coin. It is just a penny, but I believe it's an old one. So I'll give it a quick scratch down and we'll see if we can get a date. It's not that old. 1964. The old zipper pull. Lightning. So to be fair to the Legend, this field has been worked over so many times. I don't know how many coin signals are left out here. Not too many. I am impressed with how the Legend is working because I know the signals we're getting here are all the crap that's been left after probably over 150 hours of digging. So it is still banging out targets, you know, in the 30s, the zip pull and all of the little pull tabs and things that we left last time, but there's not too much in the way of coins, and that's not the machine's fault. Okay, so out at the farm the other day looking for Doug's great aunt's ring, we did a little test, and I want to show you guys why it's important to dig all these pull tabs. So we've got two items down here in the grass. Solid 34 is a pull tab, and then right beside it, 3233 is my gold wedding ring. Right, so they ring up pretty similar, and Doug's wedding band actually rang up solid 34 as well. So pull tabs and gold rings on the Legend will ring up the exact same. And some of you new guys to the channel right now are going, but Gary, you're out in the middle of a farmer's field, in the middle of nowhere. And absolutely, you are correct. But guess what, guys? This is the field where I found my first ever gold ring 6 years ago. Oh, that's gotta be a ring. Look at that. Could this be my first real ring? Oh, I don't want to get my hopes up. Should I go wash it off in the cow trough? Oh, that's so gotta be a ring, guys. Give me a minute to clean this off. Oh, I did it! Guys, it's a gold ring! A 10-karat gold ring! I'll show you it in a second. Man, two rings! And a real one, finally! Alright, look at that, guys. Okay, so I've made my way down. This is the old original turn of the century cart track right here, guys. Early 1900s, if not even a little bit before. The new road goes over here. But back in the day, this was the road that all the kids would have come up to go to school. And we're gonna swing it and see what we can find. Well, not what we're after, but we can clean it up anyway. Okay, so over here on the road, the beginning of the road, there is one set of power lines there and one power line above us over there. But the machine is just going crazy. I don't know why. It's making all kinds of falsing noises. And I did change frequencies. This is the best that I've been able to get it. We're still using multi-frequency, but I did the scan right here where we can change electromagnetic interference. And I did do that twice. And both times it came up with a different number, but it did not entirely get rid of this falsing. But watch what happens, guys, if we go out of multi-frequency. We're in M3. As soon as we go into the single frequencies, there's 4, the machine goes pretty quiet. 10, 15, 20. Let's try swinging 40. Hey, there's a treasure. Look at the size of that pile of bear poop. That's a big boy. Raining hard now. I do this every year. I buy a new machine at the end of the season, and then I have the worst conditions to test the thing out in. Not finding much on this old road. Nothing good anyway. Solid 37, bottom of an old can. Some more bear scat right there, and you can see a trail that he's got going in over here in the grass, and there's what he's after right there. Choke cherries. All kinds of them. He might even be out there in the grass somewhere. So you just make lots of noise and get ready to use your boots if you had to. That I don't mean run, I mean give him a good kick in the snout. Actually, the shovel would probably be the proper tool to use for that. In all my years out here hunting and in the bush, guys, and even fishing with trout in my satchel at my side, I have never had a problem with black bears. When they see you coming, they are usually gone. Only if you surprise them, then they will stand up and be kind of curious, or they may even, you know, grunt and snort at you a little bit. But once they know, hey, that's a human, they're out of there. Okay, ringing up solid 37, definitely an iron nodulus, I don't know, piece of tractor or something. And again, the machine was not showing any iron on the screen, so can't figure that out. Okay, so this one, it is showing iron every once in a while. That iron bar fills all the way up. Right there, it was filling up. Okay, so the iron bar. So this is probably an iron item, a nail. And in fact, it is an old bolt. Okay, so it is iron. But again, the machine was only showing that like once every 7 or 8 sweeps across it, I would see a little flicker of iron. Okay, just making my way up to the tennis courts here, and I know there are all kinds of beer caps around here because we did some other testing with other machines, and I just wanted to try the Legend in there and see if we could find coins in 40 kilohertz. Well, just walking up to the tennis court, I already found a coin. So in 40 kilohertz, bang that out, solid 21. I think it's a nickel. Let's take a closer look. But there was no mistaking that. So this machine will find clad in 40 kilohertz, as I've already shown you guys. Yep, so that's a modern Canadian nickel, and I think I scratched the date right off of it. Junk, anyway. Alright, so I'm actually starting to get pretty wet, pretty muddy. Rain is coming down even harder right now. Let's just take a look at some of the junk we found, and I'll hide under this little overhang for a minute and just see if the rain lets up. If not, we may call this a day. Hey, I just scored another little treasure right here. There you go. The day wasn't a complete waste. Okay, there it is, a couple hours of digging. Like I say, lots of pull tabs and mid 30s, low 30s, and a couple of coins that I didn't bother getting out, a penny and a nickel. Those were the only 2 coins, so. And of course, we throw everything in the garbage. All right, guys, I think on that note, the rain is not letting up. We're gonna call it there for today. And as soon as we get some better weather, we'll get back out and keep working on the Legend. I am getting a feeling for the various default settings that it's got and what things are gonna ring up like. So look out, Treasure. Once I get a complete feeling for this thing, we're gonna start making our own, you know, a cheater coin mode. That's first on my list. I like that 40 kilohertz, works good for clad. Not that I'm real interested in clad, but you know, it's nice to have a machine that can actually get you a coffee now and then. Anyway, stay tuned, guys. I'll catch you in the next adventure.